Good morning, everyone. It's Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo here for Star Citizen Addicts Anonymous and another Let's Pew Pew. Today I set out to do something very easy, and that was just to show you how to get to the Asteroid Hangar. And I know that there's other YouTube videos. I figured I'd take a little bit of a tour around and get it to the people that watch my show. However, as soon as I jumped into free flight mode, this gentleman named Aces30 started to grief me. Now, I understand that people are trying to test their weapons and they just want to have fun and they think it's a good thing to start dogfighting inside of the free flight mode. But I asked him to stop quite a few times and he just kept going. So he's going to get my Retard of the Week award. And if you really want to fight people, go into Battle Royale. Unless you can't handle it, then maybe you should just put the game up. Well, enough ranking on Aces30. Let's get to today's show. Here we are zoning in, and we're going to take a look at how to get to the asteroid hangar. Right in front of you, you're going to see two rocks fly towards the asteroid that's a little bit round. Go offset, you'll see a odd-shaped one, and go a little bit more to the right. Don't fly at full speed because you want to be able to pick up the rendering in of the asteroid hangar, which is just to the right of that rock and just in front of this other asteroid. And as you approach it, slow down and remain slow. You're going to start to see that hangar door render in. And then translate upwards. Point your nose down. Translate upwards again. And when you see the hangar door, there it is. When you see the entrance render in, go very slow because there's more to this asteroid than what you're seeing. This is just the core and there's a lot more around it. So you're going to go slowly into the hangar because you don't know what things haven't rendered in. Now, normally my lights are working in here, but today I couldn't get them to work at all. So we're getting in the hangar and taking a look at it. It's got standard VFG industrial hangar parts, but it does not have the same layout as the hangar that you might have gotten with a pledge in the pledge store. For instance, the design or layout of it is set up like the number 5 on a six-sided die, with the center location and then 4 pads that are slightly lowered in the corners. Now, I believe the centerpiece is not supposed to be for landing, only the 4 pieces on the corners, but there's no way to tell right now. I'm going to leave my ship here, just give you a look around. Not so bad. It's bigger than it looks. There's lots of corridors. If you start moving your camera around in certain places, you can see a little bit of red lighting. But what we're going to do is we're going to just give you an idea of the size of the hangar. And then we're going to eject out. Now, do mind my way of doing this because I'm going to eject from the centerpiece, which is going to eject me right out the top of the hangar. Other times when I ejected, I was ejecting into the roof and clipping into it and unable to get back. So we get ejected out of the hangar pretty far, so I cut out probably about 2 minutes of me trying to fly towards the hangar again. And this is the last of it. Now, it is kind of difficult to fly in these spacesuits with no HUD, because you are moving in 6 degrees, so there are 3 axes to worry about. Your forward, reverse, up, down, and left, right translation. And let's not forget rotation. The suit has some kind of an automatic orientation to keep you from rotating like that. There's the rotation. However, you can get yourself moving in a direction, and here in the dark, it's tough to know which direction you're actually going in. So we're flying down to the base of the hangar, and we're going to take a look inside of the office to see if it's any different when we get down here. So there's the office in front of us, and our momentum is going to keep us going backwards. Now, I could have started firing forward, but when we hit the back door, we're going to stop instantly, like we just did. Now we're going to start floating forward. Take a look to our left and right to show how vast the hangar really is. And then we're going to float a little bit upward. Now, as you do point your nose up, you can see there is some lighting, kind of, sort of. But it only happens when you point up. Looks like there's another hangar door in the front there. I'm sure it's not really a hangar door. I'm almost positive the pieces of the hangar that render in are the core of the hangar and not the whole asteroid end hangar itself. And I'm hoping that this is something that's released with the tutorial, because the guys at Foundry 42 have spoken quite a bit about the asteroid hangar and learning how to land in it. And I'm sure this is just something they're tweaking inside of their tutorial. Alright, let's go take a look inside of that office and see what we can see. Right, we're floating backwards. We should be able to turn around now. There we go. Orientate ourselves. Good. And fly forwards. And a little bit down. It doesn't look so much different than the asteroid hangar we have. It looks to have almost the same layout. Lots of mist in there, which I know they give depth of field with mist to make it a little bit more realistic. But I think sometimes, like inside the Retaliator, they go a little bit over the top. I'd rather have crisp, clean lines and colors than the amount of mist that we have inside of the Tally at this point. In an asteroid hangar, it might be, well, it might be more usual to see some kind of mist in there. Alright, so we're going to float down, take a look at some other pieces of it. There is a console down here, not that it matters. I'm hoping that there's a little bit of light given off of it so we could see, but obviously there's stairwells, a railing, and a console up there, which is probably a console just outside the elevator to the upstairs. This is most likely going to be where you get your missions and other things in the future. Kind of looks like that as we look at it. Radar screen, who knows, it could be anything, right? But there's a reason for it being there. They wouldn't have it there if it wasn't used for something. Alright. Floating around, like I said, is quite difficult. It has a lot to do with the physics in the game and the fact that the spacesuits are not done yet. Okay, so here we are. I would expect that there's still a HUD inside of our spacesuit, kind of like Iron Man, when we do something like this. Alright, so there is the display that I was looking for so vehemently, and oh my god, no light off of it whatsoever. So they really don't have anything working this game, well, in this mode right now. But as we look up, you could actually take a look around, see what's up there, and get an idea of what the hangar looks like. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. We had a nice look at the hangar. You can do this yourself. One thing that I will definitely reiterate here, or tell you again, is that if you are going to do the same thing, just keep your ship on the center pad, if that's what it is, and then eject straight up outside of the roof so you don't get caught inside of it. So you're going right up through the center of the airlock of the hangar door, and then float back inside with your spacesuit, and you can take a walk around. A little bit easier to see things like this than with your ship. If you bring a buddy along with you, they can actually point their lights in different places, and then while you're outside of your ship, you can see what's around. So hopefully 1.1.2 brings this into the game so we can actually do something with it. If not, I'm sure 1.2 will have this in it. I believe that's 1.2. Yes, 1.2, which will have the FPS in it. I can imagine FPS battles taking place in here. I'm sure this isn't for the FPS game, but we all fly into it and pull out our sidearms. Maybe we could have some fun with it. Alright folks, I think that's enough for now, and I'll just leave this up and you could watch it to the end. Before we go, first, I just want to discuss the SCAA episode 71. I went and tried to shoot it yesterday, but was getting the same error I was getting a couple of weeks ago. Tried to clean the SD card in my camera, the SD card reader, like the gentleman did before, and it didn't work this time. So what's going on is my camera's just not holding the recording very much at all, and gets scratchy audio and perfect video, or perfect audio and pixelated video. And I think the camera's just had it. And my GoFundMe has gotten me to about a quarter of the way of getting my new camera. So if you do have if there is a possible way you could help me, I'll put the GoFundMe address up here now. And if the way that you support me is just by watching my show, sharing it, and commenting on it, thank you for that. That has a much more long-term effect on me than helping me with my camera. But for those that can help me with the camera, thank you very much. I really appreciate your generosity. With that said, let's close out this episode. Take a look at the hangar, fly out there. And you know what? Let's have a look at some of the things that you do inside of the hangar. Maybe you come in here and in the dark have an FPS battle with your friends. Who knows? So if you do have something like that, submit me some of the screenshots, or if you have a YouTube video of it, please just send me the link. With that said, you all be safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon.